of the anti-BBC bias campaign. Put your hands together for Pat Lee. Well, hello Scotland! As Tommy says, I'm Pat Lee of the biased BBC peaceful protest, the people's voice. Are you with me? Isn't it great to see we haven't just folded and gave up? Now, I've got to tell you, I was very close. Until my comrades in arms, Moira Williams and Geordie MacArthur from the biased BBC bounced in with their positivity and reminded me that the promises made by London were going to drop like dominoes. And the people of Scotland, have we no witnessed that over the past 3 weeks? We are the people's voice, and each and every one of us are needed. Now the rest to say is history. We went on to hold 5 successful peaceful protests in the referendum. Today I'm here to talk to you about sovereignty. This was shared to me by Scotland's independence group. Now they say a sovereign is the ultimate resting place of legitimate authority, the source of the final decision from which there is no further appeal. Different from England, the sovereignty of the Scottish people is first documented in the famous Declaration of Arbroath back in 1320. It states that the kings of Scots, not Scotland, kings of Scotland, lost the place, by contract with the sovereign people, and if the crown does not serve the people, it will be removed by the people. Neither in public nor in private law was the king ever above the law. He could not concede powers of absolute sovereignty to any parliament. The Acts of Union have been a major constitutional problem for Westminster and the British state. An example of this was stated by Lord Cooper. He stated the Acts of the Union preserve the rights of the Scottish people as being sovereign. And that this status is an essential part of the Acts which cannot be changed for all of time. We, the people of Scotland, are masters of our own land, and this has to be accepted by the British state. Even that bastion of righteousness, Michael Forsyth, he argued the Scottish Parliament would be empowered by the sovereign Scottish people in a way Westminster was never legitimately seen, in reference to the formation of the new Scottish Parliament. The UK Supreme Court also stated in a judgment in a minor case that the court had no power to set aside any bill, statute or Act of Parliament of Scotland where that bill expressed the will, the clear will of the people of Scotland. What this statement made clear is that neither the UK government nor the political state has any legitimacy if opposed by the sovereign people of Scotland. Now, where am I?
Turn left and you'll see three heads.
This is why we, as a grassroots movement, need to come together. There's a wee quote from Noam Chomsky I came across last week. He says, it's pretty ironic. The so-called least advantaged people are the ones taking the lead and trying to protect all of us.
No, the one behind.
While the richest and most powerful among us are the ones trying to drive society to destruction. Now there's 26 out of 28 cabinet members, all filthy rich millionaires. Who do you think they're looking after? And now they tell us it could take us up to 3 years for new powers to come to Scotland. Did they not say vote no on the 18th and get new powers on the 19th? Sick a parcel of rogues in a nation. And that was only 3 weeks ago. Well, we won't have to wait 3 years. As you all know, there's a general election on the 7th of May 2015. We, as a grassroots movement, need to get our act together. We can mobilise this nation of ours and determine the outcome of that general election. Ensure that we return 30 plus independent-minded MPs to London. As more than 30 MPs, be the SNP, Green, or any of the Yes Movement parties, we will give them the mandate to declare independence on our. As a whole load of grassroots movements for each other's audience. We have to come together, organise and coordinate our actions of our movements together under one umbrella. We can impact the whole country on the same day and the same week if we organise ourselves. So, someone has to put their head above the parapet, and that comes down to me. I'm willing to put my head above the parapet, and I'm looking for teams from all over our land, all over Yes Scotland. They've just disbanded 3 weeks ago. So essentially, that is us. We are ready made. I'm looking for as many members of as many groups to come sit down with me, get organised and work with the parties for this election in May. Because the political parties have the expertise to run a political campaign, but we, as a grassroots movement, have the expertise to run the grassroots side of that campaign. So, there is only one question I can ask. Are you with me? So if you're serious about this, my name is Councillor Pat Lee from South Lanarkshire Council. Email me, Facebook me, let's get together and win this election coming up and throw the Labourites out!